Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second episode of the Concrete City Sports Podcast. I'm Anthony.
I'm HB.
I'm Jacob.
All right, so we have some news to talk about as of an hour ago, as we're filming right now. Ahmed Rosario has re-signed with the Yankees. Nothing really blockbuster, but I mean, it's a move.
It's something. It's something. Yankees
Something
need to
good.
do something happen.
Yep. Good bench piece, right-handed bat, mashes lefties, 310 average, 828 OPS against lefties. He was good. He had 310 as a Yankee. So play everywhere in the infield, left and right. So good bench bat, vibes guy. So build your bench up, but lot more to do.
Yeah. So let's speaking of there's a lot more to do. Let's get talking about what exactly might happen soon. The Yankees have been in progressive pursuit of what's his name, Amai.
Sasua Mai.
Yeah, they've been in progressive pursuit of him. Last time we were filming, we both made a bold prediction that he would guarantee to sign with the Yankees. And
he is.
I don't know right now. It looks like we might trade for like Freddie Peralta. I mean, it's still realistic that he resigns, that he signs with us, but right now it's looking like a trade for Freddie Peralta might be in play, and a lot of other options available.
Yeah, I agree. Also been linked to Mackenzie Gore, left-hander from the Nationals. I think it's all going to depend on, or really, all it's going to happen is when Belly signs. If you do end up paying Belly or paying Tucker, it's all going to depend what those two do. But I do think they're either going to get Peralta, Gore, or Amai. I want Amai, truthfully. I think he would be the momentum this team needs, get in the Japanese market, show your serious in Japanese market, because there's many guys coming next year. A lot of good hitters actually coming from Japan, so I think Amai is the way to go. I really do. And I think they will get him. It's going to be a lot of money. You're probably looking at like a 6-year, at least 230.
Yeah, I want to go back to what you were saying about Bellinger and Tucker. Right now, I think the Yankees are kind of banking on Bellinger resigning because I don't know. Even if he doesn't resign, I don't see them signing Tucker. Like their option A is 100. What is he going to be? 150 million. Oh yeah, and option B is going to be 400 million. Like I don't see that. Like I see them banking on Bellinger right now, and I don't know what happens if we don't bring him back.
Yeah, my take would be, is Tucker the better player? Yes. Is he going to get paid more? Yes. But obviously it's good to have a guy next to Judge and stuff, but Belly's coming off one of his best years in the last 4 years because he went on that little slump and he went to the Cubs and had those good years. But Belly plays left, center, right, first. The versatility, the speed, the consistent defense. He really don't have an injury history like Tucker. And Tucker, reports came out last year, I think it was like mid-August. He's not the best clubhouse guy either. So I think Belly's the way to go because this lineup, as much as Yankee fans want to hate on it, first in home runs last year, first in OPS, first in slug, most runs scored. So Belly had a better year than Tucker. And if you sign Belly, you have about at least 180 million left to spend on a Mai, make a trade, take on a contract like a Seager we've been linked to. So anything like that, Belly's the way to go.
Yeah. Thing is with Bellinger, like, who's not to say he doesn't have a regression next year? Like, this is his first good season in a while. Like, that we've seen consistent good playing time from him. Who's not to say that, like, we don't see a regression from him next season? I mean, if we bring him back for the right price, long, good length, I wouldn't be mad. Like, but I don't want to give him 7 years, in overpay, because who's to say he doesn't regress? Like, I think right now for consistency, I think Kyle Tucker would be the Yankees' best option. But for more team friendly deal, I guess Bellinger would be the option there.
Yeah, you can't go more than 4 years for Bellinger because you can't bake on him being good that long. Exactly like you said, you can't. And if the Mets want to go ahead and overpay with everybody they lost, which is comical, then let them overpay. Let them overpay for Bellinger because you can't go more than 280.
Yeah, hold on. Let's change the topic. Now that you brought it up, let's talk about the Mets for a bit.
I love it. I
Lots
love
to
it.
talk about.
Gotta
A
love it.
lot to talk about. So Alonso to the Orioles. That's actually that contract. That was a terrible contract by Baltimore, which is why I'm shocked the Mets didn't match it. But I really don't think that's going to work out in Baltimore's favor. That contract. Jacob, you want to talk?
I mean, I don't remember the exact details of the contract. It's definitely unfortunate that the Mets already losing Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso, obviously a very dark times for the Mets, and they're pissed off. I don't blame them. And I'm just honestly, my main thing is just I did not want him playing anywhere in the division. We see a lot of these top players linked to these other teams. I kind of mentioned this in the other episode, and it's just kind of like that. We see a lot of these players being linked to divisional rivals, and I know we can laugh at the Mets all we want, but what has our own team done? I know we're obviously having a much better offseason than the Mets so far because we haven't lost really any top players yet. We'll see what happens. It's obviously very possible that we could see something similar happening with Bellinger going to the Mets. We saw obviously with Juan Soto last year. We know how that worked out. Obviously, we would have he definitely would have seen a lot more success with the Yankees, and a lot of us obviously think that he's regretting his decision. But we see all these other teams making moves, and we're just obviously hoping that the Yankees can at least just make their roster stronger, more competitive. Because I think going into 2026. I think this division is going to be no joke. We saw a team that just made the World Series, just so close to winning it all, and there's probably more moves to come.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Jacob. You look at this AL East. Tampa Bay is going to be Tampa Bay. They're going to be in the hunt. Baltimore, Taylor Ward hit 36 bombs. Pete Alonso had 33 maybe or something like that. And then they got Gunnar, Westbrook, all these young players. Boston's a gauntlet with Gray and Crochet now. And then Toronto's Toronto. You got to answer back. But, yeah, I think the Mets are in a bigger hole. Yankees do got to answer back. But Juan Soto's definitely going to decision because Steve Cohn, he could have got Alonso and Diaz back. But I think this is just my opinion. You guys can tell me if you agree. The Dodgers offer for Diaz was only $3 million more. I think it was just Diaz didn't want to be a Met. I really do. And then Alonso just wanted to change the scenery, I think, because reports, I think, was it Heyman or Puma? I think it was Puma who wrote an article. Soto and Lindor did not have a good relationship in the clubhouse. Nimmo and Lindor didn't have a good relationship. Alonso and McNeil didn't have a good relationship. They said the clubhouse was, I think they used the word was very eerie in that clubhouse. So they got work to do. They need starters, bullpen, outfielders, first base. So
I mean, it's crazy. You're paying all that.
Right. No, go ahead. You know.
You're paying all that money. I mean, look at Soto's contract. It's obviously crazy. We saw what happened on the same day. And, we were obviously disappointed with Soto not coming back to the Bronx, for maybe a few extra million just to go to the Mets. And, they didn't treat his family well or whatever, in the suites, whatever. But we obviously now see that the Mets, they have this talent, and this is the talent they couldn't even make the playoffs with. And they're just letting them walk for nothing. And obviously, a lot of the Mets fans, I actually kind of forgot. I'm glad you brought it up, the Nimmo trade, because that was another trade that obviously a lot of Mets fans were not happy about. They obviously prefer him over Marcus Semien. And even just with all of that, it's just what are they going to do? You have a guy you're paying $800 million to, but what talent is there really? The pitching's not too great. I mean, lost a big piece in Pete Alonso. And, obviously we want to focus on the Yankees more and see what they would want to do. But it's comical at this point to see that. You're paying so much for a player who has the talent, but surrounding him, what other talent is there? There's really not much of that.
And really, Juan did not have the greatest of years last year. And really what the Yankees were able to get, and for many years to come, how much money they can spend on what would have been on Soto, it was just a smart thing to do. And, girl, you brought that up too. Nimmo and Semien. Okay, bringing Semien in. Semien and Lindor are going to be 1 and 2 in the lineup. Soto, all he does is walk more than 90% of the time. Who's going to pick him up now? Lonzo is gone. Who do you got? Mark Vientos, Brett Beatty, Jeff McNeil. Come on, be realistic. Who's going to pick him up when he walks?
Yeah, definitely.
No one there.
Yeah, I think right now the Mets. Well, they just signed Jorge Polanco to $20 million a year. Of course,
To play a position he's never played in his career. I mean,
he's also a regression Brown player, so that's just the Mets. They're never really functional, to put it
the
lightly.
Mets are gonna Met.
All right. Back to the topic of the Yankees. So right now, I hear lots of rumors, about trades and stuff. If the Yankees were to trade for a starting pitcher, who would you guys think would be the best suited for the Yankees?
The best suited, I think that they've been linked to. Who I want is Tyreek Scoble. Obviously, we get straight, but who they've been linked to?
That's not
really.
realistic.
I would like a Mackenzie Gore. I really would like a Mackenzie Gore. I know you'd have three lefties, but he's more of a Carlos Rodon type pitcher. He works the edges beautifully. He gets around 96, 95 on the fastball. Great delivery. One thing I really liked that saw a stat in 2 strike counts against left-handed batters, he has like a 80% strikeout rate every single time against lefties who hit about 300 against lefties. Just saying. So I think that Mackenzie Gore would be a great fit. Middle rotation between Cole and Schlittler. That'd be nasty.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind. I would like Mackenzie Gore as a Yankee, but one player, a pitcher that we've been linked to that I would love to see in pinstripes is Freddie Peralta. We talked about him before. I think that he's top tier pitcher. He's elite, and I would love to see him in pinstripes.
Exactly. And that's another thing, too. You look at this rotation, if people want to, obviously, Cashman has to do more talk, walk the walk, stuff like that. Interest doesn't mean anything. You got to go do it. But you had another late starter like that, you're looking at Garrett Cole. Well, for the first month without Cole and Rodon, but you're looking at Cole, Rodon, Fried, Schlittler, Gore, or Peralta, or Mai. That's one of the best rotations in baseball. And I think the best rotation in the American League. And then back into the bullpen, Duvall, Cruz, Hill, Bednar. That's nasty. So the pitching's there. For the first time in a while, we have an elite back end of the bullpen without any concerns, but it's all about 2 holes in the offense.
Yeah, we need an outfielder. And would you guys do you think we should be looking at some third baseman, or do you think we should be set with McMahon?
No, I think that signing Rosario especially was going to be more of a platoon for McMahon and Rosario, because you're not going to get offensive production from McMahon, but that defense is too good to get rid of.
Yeah, he's like a vacuum at third base. He makes every play. Like, if there's a chance, he'll make that play.
And do you really need a big time third baseman guy when you need to improve on defense? When you're leading the home runs in baseball every year with Judge, Stan, Jazz, Belly, if he's back, Grisham. I mean, you don't need a slugging third baseman. It would be nice, like a Bregman, but that'll never happen.
Yeah, Bregman, I don't know. He's going to get a massive contract. Oh, well, actually, the way it's been looking right now, really he's not going to. But I just don't think signing Bregman would be necessarily smart for the long hold. But, yeah, so I think right now the Yankees, your biggest concern right now is addressing the outfield, whether it be Bellinger, Tucker. Most likely it's going to be Bellinger. And then I don't know. We'll see probably a new pitcher or two, and then some bullpen moves. And I think that would be a pretty decent offseason. And we really don't need much production in the offense, or much new production in the offense.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right. So we've been talking about the Yankees for 14 minutes. So let's talk about the Knicks and their what is it? The NBA Cup semifinals.
Yeah, NBA Cup semifinals. Well, Eastern Conference Finals, and then most likely the winner is going to play the Thunder. I mean, they're just unstoppable. They weren't even at full strength like a few weeks ago, and honestly, what are they, like 24-1, 25-1? 24-1. It's just insane what they're doing. I mean, with all that draft capital, with all the young talent, they could easily right now. Obviously, we see like a lot of rumors of Giannis, and you know what? I think as we get closer to the deadline, I think his time in Milwaukee is a good chance. I mean, they haven't been playing great, and it's scary to think that like with all the draft capital and young talent that the Thunder have, maybe a trade can happen. I really hope not. And you look at the current, because you can see like what picks are like, what the current order is going to look like. And the Thunder, I mean, they have the picks of the Clippers who have looked horrible. They have some other lottery picks
Pelicans
outside the lottery. It's crazy. I mean, it's really scary to see like what's going to happen with the Thunder with their current record and like given like the current talent they have. And this is a good draft class. This is not a draft class like 2024 where it's kind of like who are these people? It's a weak rookie race. I mean, there's like some top guys in this like upcoming draft class. You got AJ DeBansa out of BYU. You got Darren Peterson.
That guy's a dog.
And Cam Boozer out of Duke. It's like I feel like there's kind of like this like 1A, 1B, and 1C like with the top prospects. And honestly, the Thunder is just crazy to think that they have a good shot of not even just getting like the top 3 pick, even like a top 5 pick. I mean, the draft class is loaded. And, I mean, there's just so much they can do. And, honestly, I don't see them losing a game for a long time. I mean, hopefully my Knicks can beat them if they were to advance. I would assume, I think it's the Spurs and Thunder. I would assume, that's going to be a good match. We got Wemby coming back. But I would assume the Thunder would probably take care of business there. And we'll see what happens. We obviously got to get through the Magic first. They're obviously, I would consider them a contender in the East. But get through them, and then we got to obviously hope for the best when it comes to most likely playing the Thunder in the NBA Cup Finals.
Yep, the Magic always put up a good fight. But right back where you said real quick about the Thunder, to add on, like you said, they actually have the ability, if they want, they could actually trade for anybody. They have the draft capital to really get anybody that they want. And the fact that SGA, I think it was like 7 out of their last 10 games, he has rested in the fourth quarter. He hasn't played he's only played like 8 fourth quarters this year. Like that every game. They're not just winning these games. They're bouncing the other team. They're scared. But to add on to the Knicks, I think the Knicks are probably the best team in the East. I really do. I don't see who can beat them. I think they're better than Detroit. And then there's been rumors last few days that they've been linked to a couple of guards on the bench. Jose Alvarado from New Orleans.
Yep.
Dennis Schroeder was linked today. And then DiVincenzo.
Dante DiVincenzo, yeah.
Gotta get the Villanova boys back.
We didn't see him in action, obviously, with the Karl Anthony Towns trade. We didn't see him because DiVincenzo was being shipped off to Minnesota. And, it was like the all off season. We got Mikal Bridges, got the Nova boys back. We actually thought it was going to be an opportunity to see them all in action on the same team. But we obviously, I would love DiVincenzo. I think he just bring a really great spark to the team. I mean, you look at the playoff run we had against 76ers, and then obviously we got bounced in round 2, but that was with all the injuries. DiVincenzo, that he was the game 2 hero. It's obviously that crazy last minute comeback. Everyone thought the Knicks were going to lose. They got the ball back, and then DiVincenzo clutch 3-pointer, put them up 2-0 in the series. Just great times. And honestly, I'm all for bringing back DiVincenzo for the right price. The Knicks have a decent amount of draft capital. They have some younger players that I don't really know if they're really going to crack the rotation with the current situation on the team. And I really think that a trade could be possible, and just to bring DiVincenzo back to New York and play with his former college teammates.
Yeah, his defense gets overlooked too. His defense is really good, but really, really good. But my couple guys for the Knicks I love about the Knicks this year, like McBride, couple guys you didn't in Shantwell before he got hurt. Guys you didn't expect to be nothing, they've been contributing, and I think that's because of Mike Brown. He has such a nice balanced offense of take the extra pass, take the extra shot, take the extra second, not rush it, be a team. But that's why I think they're looking for a guard, because I feel like everyone scores well, but I feel like they're missing that another score just to put up 15 a night. And that's why they're looking at those guys.
Yeah, I think when you look at the current Knicks team, and I'm not sure if I'm right about this. I think they currently sit at second in the East, because obviously we see the Pistons. They've been great. I do think the Knicks are still the better team. I just think they have the better depth, and they got the more talent on their current roster. And I really think that you're going up against this year is there's no joke. Obviously, but you see teams like the Thunder. Who's beating them? I think the Knicks definitely have the current assets to make another move. We see Giannis rumors. How likely is that? I don't really know how likely it is. And I think kind of, a little bit of, I think, overreacting. And I just think it's just, we got to see, because Giannis, he was hurt. He's currently hurt. And I don't really see the Bucks going anywhere this season. We obviously saw the injury with Damian Lillard last season. He's off the team. I mean, other than Giannis and Miles Turner, who else do they have? They really have no depth. I don't really think they constructed the right roster to build around Giannis. And I think eventually they're going to have to cut ties with him. He's going to get fed up. There's already like rumors, the Heat, the Knicks. I wouldn't be surprised if they'd look to trade him and for a team that actually has the assets to acquire Giannis and maybe near the deadline.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
They just get attacked in the paint every night. There's no future in Milwaukee. They got their title. They don't spend. They don't care. But the thing about Giannis, you two, question for you two, who would you be willing to give up for Giannis? Because I'm not looking to give up OG Anunoby and Josh Hart like the rumors I've said in Towns. I think that's way too much. And I don't mean this in any way I would kill to have Giannis. I mean, on the Knicks. But in a way, I think you would actually hurt the Knicks. I don't know why. Just someone's telling me sometimes too much talent. I don't know. I mean, he would help him. I don't know how to word it. You know what I mean? I just think it wouldn't be good in the long run.
I mean, I think you're going to have to look to – I mean, I saw some crazy mock trades. I've seen some ones that I don't think would go through. I think the Bucks are going to – I mean, it's pretty obvious the Bucks are going to want to haul.
Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing – I think it was a FanDuel mock trade. It was – I mean, I was not a fan of it because, I mean, would I do it in a heartbeat? Yes. Would the Bucks do it? Absolutely not. It included no draft capital. None of the young guys we have. I mean, we really don't know. Like, we haven't got a lot about see like what we got with Tyler Kolek, with Komi Dadiet.
Jammit.
Some of our picks from 2024 in the late first, early second. And, I mean, I think the trade was, I don't know, I think it actually was Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart for Giannis straight up. Would I do that? Yes. If it includes, obviously, no draft capital, I don't think the Bucks would do that.
But like all these Knicks fans just want to put in Towns and Towns and Towns. You aren't going to get Giannis for Towns. Like
there's going to be a lot more. You're going to have to.
I know that's, but you've seen
players.
that. You've seen that too, right? They're just like Towns. Towns is going to be the man. No, they're not going to trade Giannis for Towns. You're going to see that. I mean,
the Bucks wouldn't trade that.
No,
they want much more.
Well, we will.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, you got to like where we stand. I think nothing against Tibbs, but Mike Brown. What more could you ask for? The offense looks so balanced. They attack the paint better. Screens are cleaner. Communication's better. They're taking the extra shot, the extra pass. Every night they get off to a hot start, it feels like, in the first quarter, either the beginning of the first quarter or the end. So good. Should be a good game with the Magic tonight. Magic always put up a fight, so should be a good game.
Yep. I think the last result was, I think we lost that game a few weeks ago. But, yeah, Magic are a good team. They had a great offseason.
Fun young team to watch.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we saw the acquisition of Desmond Bane. He hasn't looked great from what I've heard, and especially with the amount of picks they gave up. I think it was like 4 first-round picks. And at the time, maybe it didn't look too bad, but definitely a little underwhelming. I know it's very early in the season, but I don't think right now it's really panned out great for the Magic. But they're still a good team. They got the young talent. Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero is just a lot to be excited about for that team as well. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see these two teams match up in the playoffs at some point.
Be good series.
All right. Sorry to cut you off, but that's probably going to be it for today. As we all know, I mean, as you guys know, I'm on a bit of a time limit right now. So that's going to be it for today. And so hopefully next week when we talk, we'll have more about the Yankees to talk about. And
a lot more.
Let's hope.
All right. Hopefully it's a Mayan belly. All right.
See you next week.
All right. Thank you, guys. See you next week.